2025, thank goodness, is done. We will be the first to say Courtney Squared did not happen. We also want to be the first to say this isn't we're coming on and saying we failed or we didn't achieve. I know one of my goals in our first episode was to watch this take off and do this with you throughout the year. But as we'll actually explain in a lot of episodes we've got coming up, 2025 was not a year either of us could prioritise Courtney Squared. And we'll go through why. But I think as well, just, we always make a joke at the start of every year, everyone wants to start a podcast. So it's managing the expectations and reality of having a podcast. You'll see we've decked ourselves out. Court's bought us a camera and a microphone. We've actually got talking points. We're all very professional here because, again, without a plan, I think we were probably expecting it to flow a bit more naturally than it probably would have if we even were be able to hit record. But I think a good place to start, our first episode was a 2024 reflection and 2025 goals. Court, reflect on your 2025 goals. Where are you now and what's to come?
Yes. Well, going back to this time last year, my 2025 goals were to... I had upcoming surgery for my ACL. So it was getting back into pain-free training. I think I achieved that by the end of 2025, which is amazing considering the year I had.
Yeah.
One of my other goals for 2025 was to sell my property down in Melbourne and buy a property up on the Gold Coast and get out of the rental game. I successfully did that with my husband. So feeling much better about that. And one of my other goals, which I spoke about 12 months ago, was a first family of 6 overseas trip to Japan. And I was able to tick that off right at the end of the year.
Literally got back like 3 weeks ago, not even.
Yes. So I can safely say, despite 2025 being one of the worst years of my life, I was able to tick off a few of my 2025 goals. So,
and big goals.
Yeah, they were very big goals. Yeah.
So to that, what's 2026? Hopefully, we're all about managing expectations in Courtney Square. But what are you, I guess, striving to have 2026 look like?
I've got a few big goals with triathlon and running, but I won't go through that with everyone because,
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. That's a whole episode on its own, and I don't think people would tune into that. But really getting back, like last year was all about rehab, getting my knee right. So this year's more about getting back into those competitions, doing a couple of new things. So I've just signed up for High Rocks, which scares the crap out of me. It's not my thing. So yeah, just getting back into competitions and doing new things. I think that's one of my goals.
Yeah.
Another goal is to enjoy the last year of having my youngest at home before all of my kids will be at school in 2027. So enjoying the last year with her at home a couple of days a week so we can just
do the things.
She's my comfort blanket, so I need her.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't go to school next year.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we look into homeschooling.
And actually, my third big goal for 2026 is to really focus on Courtney Squared and actually
really focus on it.
What we wanted to do last year that just wasn't possible for either of us. I want to make it happen this year.
Could not agree more, honestly.
What about you? Your 2025?
What a year. It's a bit of it, if you know, you know. But I don't want to dampen 2025, and I know I said this in our last episode about my 2024, but goodness gracious, did I have to learn a bit of bravery
Absolutely.
in 2025, particularly, and we're going to do episodes on it because I really think it's important to spread the word. But, you know, massive incident happened in my personal life in March. I'd entered into a new relationship as well, literally around this time last year, and, you know, not probably understanding coercive control and a few other, you know, behavioural issues that my partner was probably inflicting on me at the time, which led to a horrendous June. But, you know, I think it's led me to we are in my apartment in Queensland, which we made the joke at the end of our first episode that, you know, an off-the-record goal was to move up here. And I never saw it happening. We caught up on the October long weekend in Sydney, just gone. And I was like, it is just never going to happen. But a few things literally fell into my lap and fell into place. And so I think the biggest takeaway from 2025 is it's never going to be the right time.
Yeah.
But you can make something right for you no matter the season. So that was my biggest takeaway. I'm not going to go into each of my individual goals because those said events really threw a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do really anything that I set out to do. That being said, like a few highlights, we were both on team FBME this year, which was incredible. So we weren't competing or ambassadors, we were on the team.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Which also meant I found myself up here a bit more regularly towards the end of the year, which was amazing. Obviously the move up here and yeah, kind of having a sit down with you and being like, we need to take Courtney Squared.
Yeah.
Very seriously. So to that goal of 2026, I'll piggyback off what you've just said.
Yeah.
And here we are, and things are good, and we have notes and plans. If you've got a plan, you don't have a problem. That's what my dad always used to say. And another goal, which I'm very proud to sort of say is in motion, is getting into my own health and fitness. So, like, she goes to the gym regularly now. We're not quite sure who she is, but she's doing it. And just really, I think you even commented on my Instagram, like, who is this Queensland version of you? So I think just embracing her and what she brings, and chances are it's not going to be a relationship or, you know, anything that probably tore me down last year. Never say never, but just listening to my gut and knowing that it is not me, it is most absolutely them. Yes. They are the problem. No, so just embracing all of that. But to that, I thought it would be fun. There's a bit of a trend going around at the moment about ins and outs. And Courtney and I actually have a few shared ins and outs. And we're not quite sure how we're going yet. We're going to do a check-in episode about 6 months into the year.
Yeah.
But 2026, I think we both want to call the year of saying no.
Although I said this last year and it didn't work out
very well. It didn't work out. And Court and I were literally on the phone.
I'll try it again this year.
Yeah, we were on the phone the other day and you literally said this whole year of saying no, things are really bad because I feel like all I've said is yes.
Yeah.
But we're very self-aware of this. We're recovering people pleasers. And so I think some ins for this year are definitely boundaries, saying no.
Yeah.
I know for myself as well, routine and consistency.
Yeah, I'm really excited for school to go back on Wednesday because I feel it completely out of routine and I am desperate to get back into some sort of consistency and routine. So Wednesday is my day. School goes back.
This is when the ins will happen.
I can't wait.
Yeah, the outs will be out.
Yeah.
And to that, outs. I think comparison's a big one, especially being, you know, we're very active on social media and we do find ourselves, you know I compare myself to other people and it's like, of course I'm not at that level at the gym. They've been training for 15 years. I've been training for 5 minutes. I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard. Like, even for us, we've come from such different lives and we live such different lives. There are things about you that I'm like I compare to me, but you just can't. We're in two different stages of life. And
we'll use the example of moving. So as Court said, she bought her house here on the Gold Coast and they had a big move and I moved at around the same time. And then I moved again since then.
Yeah.
Up here. And I just remember you ringing me being like, I literally said to my husband, Courtney's moved twice and unpacked.
Yeah.
And we haven't even like finished unpacking our one move. And I said, stop.
Yeah.
You're unpacking and moving 6 people. I have you're currently in my living room, dining room, like kitchen. Like this is it. Like this is my belongings plus a bedroom and a bit of a mess that you can't see over there because everything that was there is now there. I'm moving one person with a 1/6 of the amount of stuff that you've got to move. So that's not a fair comparison.
I know, but
how can you not?
I mean, what is a fair comparison? Really?
Don't compare. That's the argument.
Exactly. So even we have to remind ourselves constantly and each other not to compare. So yeah, I think that's a big one.
As hard as that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then as I've mentioned, obviously people pleasing and feeling guilty when we actually stop. So I know we both have a big issue with that. You feel like you should be up doing mum stuff. I feel like I should be working on CT marketing, even be working on Courtney Squared or at the gym. And it's like, no.
Sometimes you can just relax.
And not feel guilty about it.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just sit and watch TV.
Honestly, what is that like? My TV I don't think has been, jokes, the cricket season, it's been on. I would be lying. But yeah, that's probably it for, I'm going to call this episode 1. I'm going to call our other episode.
The true episode 1.
Yeah, I'm going to call the other one the warm-up.
Yeah.
Just proof we can yap on camera, and we've just proved it again for everyone. But I think, stay tuned. We've got some pretty deep conversations coming up that we really hope not necessarily educate, but just maybe let people know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And it's all real and okay. And we've also got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
We've got a trip to Perth coming up, which we're going to podcast from 2026. It's going to be better. It just has to be better.
Yeah, I pray that it's better. It can't be any worse, surely.
No, we've got
Touch
this.
wood.
Yeah. There's plenty of it in this house. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Stay tuned.
We'll see you on the next one.
You will.